Hey, welcome back. Welcome to Her Role Model. So, the task at hand today, we can't do our makeup. Why? Because our hair looks bad. And part of being on the role model team is you can't be cute with busted hair. It is what it is. And we are natural. So, we're going to do a quick wash and go. Make sure you subscribe. Become a part of the role model family. Yeah. So, some of the products we're going to be using is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate Repair Shampoo. It's a great shampoo. The only problem I have with it is I don't feel like I love the packaging. Sometimes it gets kind of difficult to squeeze out. And I go to the gym 6 days a week. I'm pretty dang on strong, but I'd be like, it's just thick. We're going to use one of these packets today. To be real honest with you, I'm worried this ain't going to be enough for my hair, but we're going to just work it out. This is what we're going to use. I want to try it. So it has like some apple cider vinegar and everything like that. I mainly want it for the apple cider vinegar. I want to kind of get my scalp really clean because, again, it's been 2 weeks. Don't judge. Part of being a role model is being honest. And let's be honest, we can't do our hair every 3 and 4 days. I got a lot going on. I would love to do that, but it just doesn't happen that way. So once a week or once every 2 weeks when we got a little lazy is what happens. So the leave-in conditioner we're going to be using is the Alikay Naturals. The leave-in lemongrass conditioner. I actually love this stuff. The only thing I don't like about this is the spray bottle. It's a very thick conditioner. I know you're like, really, girl? You ain't finna get too much out of there. I saved it just to show you the bottle. I prefer it in this kind of pump bottle. So now you see how thick it is. It smells amazing. It smells like lemongrass. You love her product. I don't like to squeeze it and put it in my hand. I just squeeze it all over my hair. This actually is a great bottle. If you have conditioners that you don't love the bottles to, look into looking for another bottle for it. It's about being comfortable. It's about being easy. I have not only my hair but my daughter's hair, so I have to make things a little bit more simplistic. So this is nice. You can get these from Sally's for about $3 or $4. This is the smaller bottle. They make a bigger one, and I could have dumped all of it in there, but I actually prefer for it to be, I found out I like my bottles to be clear. After a while of these bottles, sometimes, I don't know if you guys know, you need to make sure you're looking at your spout and what you're putting in there because these things can mold. I've had a couple times where mine just looked a little bit maybe dirtier because of unfiltered water, not distilled water you're using. So make sure you're looking at yours. If you have one that's completely black or solid and you can't see in it, make sure you take it out and look at the little spout and make sure it's clean. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to put dirty stuff on our hair. So you guys will see that. The products I will be using to style my hair. I'll start off with this. We're going to use a very basic cheap gel, wet line gel. It has come to be my favorite. I was an eco styler girl before, and I'll probably share a video with you guys just kind of on my product stash of what my go-to hair stuff is and for what Braxton's go-to hair stuff is because her curls are way better than mine. So we'll be using this. I'll be showing you basically an option to match with this. One of the items I'll be using to style my hair, the cheap product, basically the base is this Luster Silk Curl and Max Curl Activator Moisturizer. 20-ounce bottle. I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably what they used back in the day for Jerry curls. I'm not going to lie. I think you were supposed to put this in your hair and then use the spray. Hey, that's the process. That's the process. But I really like it. It's a great moisturizer, and I just needed something to spread this. We're going to use this Jane Carter Nourish and Shine Restorative Butter. I'm not going to lie to you. This stuff is, look, it's thick. It's thick. I had to get the learning curve on this. It's like pure shea butter. You have to let it melt, but you want to put it on your hair. I just found out I would put it on my hair and I'd have a hard time distributing it through my hair. So we use this as a base. You can use them together. It'll hold the curls down. It will hydrate under this wet line. And that is the thing to me. Wet line is great. It can hold anything. It can make a curl. But I don't like my hair to be all like dry up under it and brittle up under it. This makes it so you don't feel that crunchiness. It's just like bouncy curls. So when I come back, I will be washed, deep conditioned, and we're back. Okay, so I love this stuff. This stuff is freaking amazing. It made my nappy, when I tell you nappy and dry curls, y'all saw how I was looking earlier, it made them just melt. So I've already sprayed this Alikay Naturals a little bit in the back, where I told you I like kind of this spray bottle. And I'll show you my tool of choice is this curlyhairsolutions.com brush. I'll see if I can find a video on this and link it. This is amazing. If you thought you loved a Denman, you need to try this and you'll realize you don't love a Denman as much as you'll love this. The bristles are like a soft kind of material. If you have really thick hair, you know a Denman will kind of slide off. This one doesn't do that. To clean it, it's really easy. You just literally run water on this side and everything just kind of comes out this way. This is the only thing I use to detangle me and my daughter's hair besides our fingers, or my fingers, because she ain't detangling nothing. So I prefer this particular brush. Like my curls just glide through it. I love this brush. It's maybe what, maybe $10. It's not more expensive than a Denman. How about that? So what I do is I normally just go through and I detangle my sections. I normally do 3 sections. Don't mind this little piece right here that just keeps randomly dropping. And I can give you guys my kind of hair journey. So this is my little we're role models around here, so we have to think about what we're gonna say. This is my troublesome hair right here. And separate this up into 2 different sections and re-detangle it. So do you see how those curls just kind of start gliding through? This is so my brush of choice. You can be heavy-handed with this product, but if you have gray hair or concerned about some color in your hair, see, it's like, you see that? But it rubs in. And so a lot of people will just spray it in their hand. Again, you can do that and just rub it onto your hair. It rubs in, the color goes away. But I would just say don't be heavy-handed with it if you have colored hair and maybe concerned about it. I normally re-pin up everything back into my 3 sections because these are going to be my 3 base sections that I work off of my hair. Okay, so we are going to be using this Jane Carter's Nourish and Shine Solution Restorative Butter. It ain't no butter. It ain't no butter. It's a paste. It's a paste. And this Luster Silk Curl Max, we're going to be using that. So how we normally do it is we're going to take it section by section, paying a little bit. This middle section we'll divide in a couple more sections, but I'll show you this back part first. I normally get some, remember I told you it's a very thick paste. I go ahead and start rubbing it in a little bit just to warm it up. It's a shea butter. It has to be warmed up. Remember I told you if I feel like it needs, and this is how this looks, I feel like it needs a extra base with it to provide a little bit more slip. I'm heavy-handed with this product, with this butter, with this Luster Silk. I'm very heavy-handed with it. So I just smush it together, rub it together in my hands, and I put it in my hair. I make sure the butter is very thick, so you make sure you wipe where you put the butter at in your hand. Go ahead and give it a quick little brush. Now, if you've ever used this Jane Carter solution and put it in your hair, you know if you don't put something that adds some slip to it, it will feel gummy. And I'll show you on this middle section what happens if you kind of put too much product in of the Jane Carter and not enough slip base product. Really? It's $3. You can break all you want to. I'll put you in Tupperware. Yep, it can happen that way. This is one of those products. It's so cheap, I don't mind the little lid breaking off. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So we're going to actually divide up this little section right here. This is a small section for me. So I go ahead and divide that up. And I'll show you how this wet line looks. I normally just take a little bit, not a lot at all. Get it together in both sides. I start at the bottom and I work my way up. And I make sure I get everything, including my root. And I just drag it on through. Grab the next section, because remember this is already detangled, so it's very easy. And that's all she wrote. Then we're going to go to the other side. Again, starting at the bottom and working my way on up. I have a little heat damage back here. It's like heat damage, chemical damage. And if y'all want the story on my hair, I can give you guys that as well. Yeah, so that's about it. And then I leave it alone. So I make sure I get a good little amount, and you can still see a little bit of that yellow from the Alikay Naturals. It's okay. And that's all I do. When I want to separate, instead of shingling, I just kind of flail my fingers out and separate the pieces that way. If I want really, really defined hair, then I may go in and shingle each piece. But let's be real honest with you. I'm going to the gym so much, I don't have to have that defined of hair. It will define on its own as I go through the days. I can kind of just re-wet it a little bit and go and redefine it, but this is pretty much all I do. So again, I go ahead and I divide my two sides. We are going to get some of this. Remember, this is my bad area, so we're going to get a nice good bit. Nice good bit. So I want to show you, if you don't put enough of this base in here, what happens, because I know this is a thick area. So I've mixed it together in my hand. And I've made sure it's on my hair really good. Okay, so do you see this now? Do you see how it's got this kind of tacky feeling to it? Well, I like it for it to have a little bit more slip so I can be able to make my way through my hair. So that's why I add more of the Curl Max. And you see now it's kind of, it just glides through. You can go ahead and brush it. Okay, so here's a good little piece. It's not a small piece. We're not trying to take all day to do our hair like that. So here's a good little piece. You see how it's a little bit more difficult to get through? Well, not with this wet line. Again, another little section. Once you start putting this wet line in your hair, the curls just melt. Just keep rubbing. Just keep rubbing. Just keep rubbing. And I'll even show you this piece. I ran the brush through it when I first started this section, but I didn't run it through it again. Once you start sliding through, the wet line lets you kind of divide and conquer these curls. But again, make sure you get the root. You may see some product in it. So right there, do you see that? That needs more product. That's not okay. That's going to poof out on me. So I try to limit the product that's on my roots. And I kind of flail it out. So I kind of press mine like this and open it out. Because I'm not shingling, so I'm rubbing it like this. And as I'm kind of palming it within my hands, I'm gliding it through. Okay, so we're back. The back of our hair is done. Let's turn around so you can see it. If I feel any like pieces that don't feel like really slimy or gooey, I feel like not enough product is on it. So I pretty much go back and I just add a little bit more product to it. So if I see a curl that hey, I want to go through, I'll just grab it, you know, and rub through it. Because you get to a point where you're not supposed to touch it anymore. You got to let it dry. So yeah, all this, if you see any white or anything, this will dry clear. And that's another reason for doing the video. So like this bunch of hair right here, I like that to be separated a little bit. So I just go through it and I just comb my finger through it. And then I smooth through it once I do it. Okay. So I wanted to show you the front half of my hair because it is a looser texture. So do you see what I'm talking about? You see that yellow? That's the Alikay Naturals. So be mindful of that as you're doing your hair. If you put too much, your dandruff will be yellow. I only use a little bit of product of this Jane Carter, this Nourish and Shine. I don't use as much because remember I said if you have finer hair, you want to be mindful because it will weigh your hair down. I don't mind it weighing mine down, but it's just, this isn't as thick a hair as the middle and the back part of my hair. So it depends on how we want to style our hair. This is just going to go backwards. This is the part I take a little bit more time with, only because I have to think about how I want my hair to be styled, because once my hair is dry, there's no manipulating it anymore. None. You need to just wait it on out. You see, I kind of actually brushed up some of those curls. No worries. We're going to start at the end. We're going to grab those curls in with the rest of them. I don't try to like retake it. I just grab it in, act like it was, it never had product on it. Yep. How we do it. So do you remember what I told you? I kind of flatten it all out and bring it through. Flatten it all out. Like that. More of a smush method, but I go through and just brush that. This is remember this is finer hair for me, so I just pretty much put it all there. And again, kind of this motion, making sure I got the gel distributed everywhere. And then I start raking through. This is a finer texture part of my hair, so my fingers can go through it easier as well. If I have some concerns, if like that root is done, I just take my finger, part it through, and I make sure the root area is done. So that's pretty much it. So do you see that? By this point, I'm thinking about where I want my part at and what I'm doing with my hair. So we're going to go ahead and do this part, this side over here. Okay, so now we're going to decide what we're going to do with our middle part. So I make sure we're going to kind of do like a side part. So I make sure I get my hair going in whatever direction, and that kind of straight piece, I try to blend it within my hair. And any of these little pieces, we are going to just put a little part right here, just kind of where the hair falls. Make sure I gel real good how I want my hair to fall. Letting it know it's okay to fall that way. Because I've put a lot of thick products on my hair, I would not air dry this hair. This would take my hair days and days to air dry. That is why I'm able to, now I'm just kind of going through and finding clumped pieces that I want to divide a little bit more. That's why I started getting under the dryer and blow drying it. Under the hooded dryer. It was taking my hair way too long to dry, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like I felt like if you wait a whole week and it takes 4 or 5 days for your hair to dry, my roots were you can promote mold. That promotes mold. A warm area that you can that just is holding onto a gel and products. It was like my roots were never drying. So yeah. You see them curls? Do not be alarmed. And if y'all want some other combinations that you can use with this wet line, I can do some more videos of, or give you some more ideas of what you can pair with this wet line if you have very dry hair. You want wet line, you want to use the wet line gel, but your hair is very dry. I can show you some combos that you can use. I don't touch it anymore. Now, I have an amazing blow dryer. With having an amazing blow dryer, you need support. When I tell you that, I mean like I put, instead of like some people put nets on their hair, when I get into my dryer, it's very woof. So I bought this. This is like one of the little net. I feel like you more wear them if you have either really large rollers or maybe if you have dreads to hold all the dreads up. You can get this off Amazon. I think it's 2 in a pack, a black one and a brown one for like maybe $2 to $4. I use this. It's heavy enough to keep my curls in place. This makes it so my curls stay down. It's heavy enough that it weighs down my curls and everything stays in place. So my hair just doesn't blow all over the place. And just when my hair was longer, it kind of feel that now. I just kind of tuck it in right there. And now I get under the dryer. So we'll come back and I'll show you the finished results. Okay, we're dry. It's about 25 minutes later. We're gonna take this on off. So you get the helmet look, but it keeps all the curls intact. So these curls. So this piece right here, do you see this? This little frizzy piece? I need more product on it. So the best thing about wet line is you can just add it. I feel it, it's frizzy. This is gonna be the back of my hair. So I just add it on there. And re-dry myself. Can you see that? I'm just adding it on pieces I feel like, hey, I want some extra love. We're gonna make this wash and go last. I'm just smoothing it on. Any pieces that I feel are kind of fluffy, meaning I might not have gotten it good when I did it. And it's okay, because we can, the best thing about wet line, like this piece right here, just kind of fill around a little bit. Make sure we got, but can you tell me, that shine is not amazing? Remember I told you about that product and how it wouldn't affect the drying process? So I'm going to go back and I'm just going to dry that back piece. All right, we're back and we're dry. We just sat under the dryer for a quick minute just to dry that back piece. Normally, I don't really do anything the first day. It's nice and moisturized. I kind of just rock it like this. I go to the gym 6 days a week, as I told you before. So I'm not trying to do that much with my hair. At nighttime, I just throw on a bonnet or a lock sock. And I can kind of show you all my sleeping regimen. It's not that big of a deal because my hair's shorter. When it was longer, I did more stuff. I start off with the Mielle Organics Mint Almond Oil. I love this oil and I love the Alikay Naturals. She makes an oil as well. So this is pretty much the only oils that I use. But, well, you know what? I have some cheaper ones. I think I might have a Palmer's or something like that too. So I'm going to give you a closer look of my hair before I put the oil in. So again, you see my hair, there's no product. You don't see any white residue anywhere. Do you see these curls? Do you see these? It's pretty much taking in my hair and just, I do more of a pull-up method with my hair because it's short now. Before, it was more of just a crunching and turning when I had longer hair. And I just dab it on there. And this is to break any kind of cast, but I don't have the same cast you would normally have with Wetline, Eco Styler, that hard cast that you need to break, because we use this product, the Jane Carter Nourish and Shine up under it. It doesn't allow it to get that hard cast. So if you like the Wetline and you're like, hey, I love this Wetline, but my hair is very hard, I can't break the cast, because I'm not gonna lie, if I use Wetline by itself, it's going to take water to break that cast. It's going to take water and a thick oil and kind of having to break that cast. That's what Wetline does. You have to just look at it like, hey, I got great hold. But for the sole purpose of this video, this is how I would normally rock my hair. This is the whole process. I wouldn't do anything else to it. I don't slick down my edges anymore because the Wetline has dried everything that I need to. I try not to use the edge controls. They don't mix with my scalp well. I'll put it on. If I put it on, it's probably only going to last 1 day or two, and then I'll get buildup, and it's just like, it'll flake off. So if I'm going to slick down my edges with anything, I'm just going to use the regular gel. Slick it down, let it hold for a second. Either put a bobby pin on it, some wrap paper, or a scarf, and I just go from there. But again, here are my results. And that's it. And this will last me. You saw my hair. That was 2 weeks at the beginning of the video with my hair in a puff. And that was over 2 weeks ago. Maybe like a day or two over 2 weeks. And that was 6 days of me going to the gym. 6 days of me, a week of it rocking like this. And I think I wore it in a puff for a week as well. So I just spray water down just to pretty much get it to where I want to be, and like normally use gel. My hair loves gel. It just penetrates through the shaft and it lays my hair down. So that's about it. If you want some other examples of what Wetline can mix with, I have a couple Alikay natural products that go amazing with it as well, especially if you don't want to use 2 products. I have another cream product from Alikay Naturals that is really good as well. I even have one from Uncle Funky's daughter that's really good. But to me, this has been kind of my go-to. I think it's this product that is, because I've tried it with this and just the Wetline, and this will last you dang near 2 months, and it's $10. So you can use both of these like this. I just have to wash my hair more frequently with this, or oil my hair better. If I only use this Curl Max and the Wetline, if I only use these 2 products, I can get an amazing wash and go. I can get a banging wash and go. The process to stretch it, I'll have to use heat. It'll just be a very drawn up wash and go and very crunchy. But it will be defined. Will it be healthy? Nah. But will it be amazing? Yes. So if I'm going on vacation or something like that, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to be getting in and out of a pool, or I'm going to the beach, I just need a quick hairdo, these would be the 2 products that I would be like, you know what, I'll take these and I can have some amazing hair just from these, no worries. It dries super quick. I don't have to worry, like I can air dry it and it'll dry in maybe like an hour and a half. Wetline just dries really quick. If my daughter's with me, I will bring this. I will put this in her hair. I put the Wetline in her hair as well, but I will try to bring something else for moisture, something a little bit thicker. Her hair just... I am her mom, so I have to be her advocate. So just because I do random stuff with my hair, I don't do it with her hair. I'm a little bit more loving and compassionate with her hair. Remember, I'm her role model, so I have to teach her how to be better. She sees my lazy moments. Everybody sees my lazy moments. You'll see my lazy moments. I'm going to share with y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not going to guarantee like, hey, every time I'm doing my hair, I'm following a 10-step program to get my hair done. No. No. Some days there's no leave-in. Some days we might not have deep conditioned. We might not even scrubbed our scalp. Be honest with yourself. That's the whole purpose of being honest with yourself and letting yourself know that it's okay to be lazy with your hair. As long as you realize, hey, you know what? I didn't do this with my hair last week, so I'm going to do it with my hair this week. Like last week, I didn't deep condition. Okay. we deep conditioned this time, and we fell in love with one. The next time I go out, hey, we're just getting out there, we're starting a new channel. It's nothing too big, but you can grow with us. We can become friends together. You can put your suggestions, and hey, we can just build from there. So I'll be coming out with some more videos, basically reintroducing myself, kind of telling you what my goals are for this channel, and also just what you should be expecting to get from me out of this channel. Like when you're clicking on it, like, hey, what is she going to be talking about? But yeah, thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, the little bell at the bottom. Yeah, hit that. But if you follow me on any other of my social media platforms, I'll also post on there letting you know. Thanks for joining.